Hello everyone, welcome back to the Touchdown channel. I'm out at my camp. I thought I'd do a few McIntosh segments out here. You may have already seen one or two. I brought with me some of the Mists of Moy newsletters of the Clan McIntosh of North America. I am a former president of that organization, and I'm soon to have a couple of interviews, a couple of chats like I like to do about Clan McIntosh, and I've been doing several small segments as well, like I commonly do for the Clan of the Month, which is McIntosh right now. Right, so some of these have these newsletters have some very nice articles, reports, and all kind of subjects relating to McIntosh and Hatton. My good friend Gail Hardy, how you doing, Gail? I hope you see this. I'm sure you will. Gail is a former convener of ours from Maine, from the state of Maine in the United States. I say ours, I mean Clan McIntosh of North America. I'm no longer with that organization, but she was our convener for Maine. She moved down to Tennessee some years ago, and I've been contacting her, talking with her right along. We've been talking back and forth, right, Gail? So I have one of Gail's articles here. From the May 2005 Mists of Moy newsletter. And it's about, it's a history article, okay? The site of Fort McIntosh. In the summer of 1974, members of the Pennsylvania Society for Archaeology and other volunteers began explorations directed at uncovering any remains of Fort McIntosh built by the Continental Army in 1778. Such progress was made that the project received a grant of $9,000 from the Pennsylvania Bicentennial Commission to continue the work in 1975. In addition, the Park Service has included the site in the National Register of Historic Places. The establishment of this fort by General Lachlan McIntosh north of the Ohio River in what had hitherto been Indian territory signaled a complete change in American strategy, one which took the initiative instead of reacting to British and Indian attacks on the frontier. It became the headquarters of the largest army west of the Alleghenies during the Revolution. The Treaty of Fort McIntosh in 1785 enabled the enactment of watershed legislation, the land ordinance of that year, which opened the public lands of the United States to orderly pre-surveyed sale, with the sections reserved for educational use. And in 1784 and 85, aside from 55 men at West Point and 20 at Fort Pitt, contained the entire Army of the United States. It was built and garrisoned by two Continental regiments, the 8th Pennsylvania and the 13th Virginia. Veterans of Brandywine, Germantown, Saratoga, and Valley Forge, and 800 militia from as far away as what is now the area around Charleston, White Sulphur Springs, and Roanoke. Wow, great many soldiers here at Fort McIntosh, my friends. Wow. During the 10 years of its existence, some of the great figures of the Revolution, and particularly of the frontier, played roles here. General Lachlan McIntosh, Colonels John Gibson, Daniel Brodhead, John Hardin, William Crawford, Joshua Harmar, and Richard Campbell, and Richard Butler, all veterans of the major battles of the war. Arthur Lee, the man who helped negotiate the French alliance, Colonel George Roger Clark, hero of Vincennes, and Thomas Hutchins, geographer of the United States. Little buggy here, folks. The names of two officers of lesser rank, Major Richard Taylor and Captain Abraham Lincoln, would be made famous by a son and a grandson, President Zachary Taylor and Abraham Lincoln. Well, thank you, Gail, for that little article about Fort McIntosh and its its rediscovery and preservation, which is very important to do. Its story is important, especially to McIntoshes, right? So stay on the trail, my friends. I know you will too, Gil. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more in McIntosh month. Touch not.